Hi, my name is Rachel Fernando. This is my husband Kishan and our son. He's 4-year-old now, and we recently received our COPR for the whole family. Mr. Bandula and the team did a great job for us. We will not be able to go to Canada or receive our COPR if it is not for them. I will briefly tell how we started this process with Mr. Bandula to obtain the PR to go to Canada. So we started with Mr. Bandula in 2018. So this is 2022 and it's a long time. We started in 2018 October. We signed the contract with Mr. Bandula. Honestly, before that also we were looking for options to migrate from Sri Lanka, and first option we tried was Australia, and that didn't work for us. So after that we were a little desperate and we were looking for options, and we quickly saw some of the videos just like that I'm talking. We saw a few videos of Mr. Bandula's clients, and we decided to come for the conference that Mr. Bandula is doing. It's like a registration sort of a thing for new clients that he's doing, like introduction. So we came for that. It was really good. It had a lot of information, like end-to-end information, how to apply and what is it about, and what is the service that Mr. Bandula is providing, and what also he is not providing. All the information were there in that like the seminar sort of thing. And from that day itself, we decided that we will be going ahead with Mr. Bandula, which is Zenith Immigration, for our migration process. And honestly, by the time that we started the process with Mr. Bandula, we didn't have the right amount of the score, right? We needed to have about 400 something those days into 2018, but we didn't have the score. I didn't have my MBA, I only had the degree, and I was under 30 years old, so I scored from those, but IELTS and all we have not even tried. So we started from the very beginning with Mr. Bandula. We did our evaluation, the education qualification evaluation, assessments and everything through Zenith Immigration. So it was a very hassle-less process initially because everything was done through the team, Mr. Bandula's team, and he was always available. Even at night, like he was abroad in Canada and we were here, but he was always given a time, explained and written to us whenever we have a problem. He was available, and I actually did IELTS 5 times, that is over 2 years, because my son was just 1 year old when we started this process. Not even 1 year, he was just few months, right? It was 8 months or something. So I had to do my MBA, then come back again, then assess that qualification as well according to the Canadian standards. Then I did 4 times IELTS because I couldn't score exactly that range that they were expecting in IELTS to score the maximum that we want. Then 4th time I gave up. I gave up the entire thing, and I said, Mr. Bandula, that I will not be able to go ahead because I have already given my best. But then he scolded me, he pushed me and said, no Rachel, you try again, you can do it. It's honestly only because of Mr. Bandula's word that I did IELTS again. I booked the test again the next week itself, and I went and I did the test, and that test we got the exact scores that we want. But it took 2 years. It took 2 years because we needed to find money, and then we had other commitments. I was doing my MBA, I was working, we both were working, and it was a very stressful time because anyway I was giving my best for the exam, and then keep on doing the same exam was very stressful and frustrating. So thanks to Mr. Bandula, we are here today, because if he didn't encourage me to do it again, we would have already given up, and now we are here, we'll be here in Sri Lanka. Then we submitted the visa 2 years, I think in 2020, right? Yeah, just 2 years ago. But then we were very hopeful that we'll get the visa within 6 months. But then unfortunately the global pandemic, the COVID happened. And none of us expected it. We never saw it coming. No one knew what COVID was. Not us, not Mr. Bandula, not IRCC. No one knew. So we had to be very patient. We were patient, and we lost the patient also. Sometimes we were stressful, we were going through a very frustrating, very depressing time. But Mr. Bandula was there. He also didn't know like it was hold by Canada, so we were just keeping our hopes. We never gave up. Like, we were there. A lot of our friends, like, they tried to go as student, like apply for student visa, because it was quick, so you can get out of the country. With this economic crisis and all of that, people tend to apply and go. So, but we hold on because we kept our trust with Sanith Immigration and Mr. Bandula, and we were there. So it took us 5 years, but it usually take about 6 months. I think now it only takes about 6 months, as they say, for the processing times. But with all the things that happen, we believe that there's a time for everything. So our time came now in 2022. So it's all right. We believe it all went smoothly. Our case was little difficult and complex because I have worked at so many places. And also the funds and all, we had some problems, so which Mr. Bandula clarified and documented everything for us. So we are very grateful for him and also for his team for being there and doing that for us. So it's more than what he agreed and what we signed up for initially, because everything changed. The world changes with the pandemic, and our situation got tougher, and everything, like the funds to everything, he was able to get it done for us, and we are very grateful. So for whoever who's looking, and if you're thinking about migrating from Sri Lanka as permanent residents, so if you see this, please stop evaluating or assessing about the other immigrations consultants, because I think you have already found the right place. We found the right place, and that's why we are going from Sri Lanka. Or by the time that you're looking or watching this video, we will be already in Canada, because we'll be flying in another 1 week. And we are very happy to say, if it is not for Sanith Immigration, we will not make it. So thank you very much for Sanith Immigration, and for whoever who's thinking of migrating, you have already found your place. Sanith Immigration is your place. So I wish you everyone who's planning to come to Canada, wish you all the very best. I hope your immigration journey will succeed with Mr. Bandura. Thank you very much.